If we don't get the rent money by 6, we gonna be on a curve with Fabian.
You want to buy my grandma's vintage speaker?
Then your grandma just died. She ain't even in the ground yet.
Next movie is One of Them Days. So in this movie, Drew and Alyssa only have 8 hours to get the rent money before they're evicted. This was directed by Lawrence Lamont. His prior things are mostly a lot of short films and music videos. He actually appears in the movie as the guy who buys the shoes. That's the director. This was written by Cyrita Singleton. It stars Keke Palmer as Drew, SZA as Alyssa, Cat Williams as Lucky, Maud Apatow as Bethany, Josh Neal as Keyshawn. The budget was only $14 million. Mark, I thought this movie took me back because we used to, this was a genre.
Well, first of all, it's a comedy in the theater. Yeah. We're not getting many of them because we're getting action comedies or
I'm sorry, you take over because you gotta go ahead.
Yeah, but it's just we were hardly getting just full comedies in the theater anymore.
Right.
I was interested in seeing this. I tried to see it was with a theater audience. Make sure I saw a theater audience. My theater audience wasn't very active.
That stinks, dude. I saw it on Tuesday afternoon, and it was literally full house. And look,
were they active?
Oh yeah, a lot of laughter, a lot of enjoyment.
I would expect them because I know one of the most active movies in terms of recent memory of this type of caliber was Bad Boys.
Ooh, Lightyear, yeah, woo!
Lightyear, yeah, boys. Was Bad Boys for Life. That had an active theater audience. That was enjoyable. I thought it was gonna be similar to this, but I didn't get an active theater audience in this one. Sometimes you win and you lose some. I remember I was disappointed when I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine on your guys' showing because I went to my first showing. I went to the 4DX theater and my entire house was fully active. They were cheering on every cameo and everything. And I saw Deadpool, Wolverine during your guys' show and I was like, here comes the cameos.
Yeah.
And it's hey, here's some people here and there, but no, the audience isn't roaring. This is a pack out. What the fuck is it? You see Scream!
This is the type of movie where if you're gonna see it in theaters, you want to get those laughs, you want to get the energy from it because that's what this type of movie. These are the movies that look this isn't this is the classic inner city black comedy or just the black comedy movie that's low budget was all over the place in the 90s and the 2000s, right? Look, Friday, right? Are we there yet? Which is more of a road trip movie, but it's
I've seen some of those.
Use that. You
years
have,
ago,
well,
I've seen those in the theater.
I only named 2. Yeah, no, but some of these became staples of VHS DVD households.
Oh yeah.
White Chicks, First Sunday, Big Mama's House, right? You have these situational things.
At least I'll watch those first 2 movies you made. I'll actually stay away from the last 3 you just mentioned.
What, First Sunday?
Oh no! White Chicks and Big.
First Sunday was actually set. The setting.
I don't know what First Sunday is.
Setting was in Baltimore. Also had Cat Williams in it.
Okay.
Yeah. This was. It felt like this is, I believe, I think slingshot comedies, low budget ones especially, back into theaters because again, this was only $14 million. And again, it's this is the type of thing that's going to revive the theater space, right? This is what we're oh man, Disney's the only thing that's filling up theater seats. It's no, you just need to jump into
inorganically.
Exactly, but you need to a lot of bought seats. But but this is the type of thing where you're going to get people into these theaters because comedy sells. You don't have to push it straight to streaming. This is funny stuff. And, it's a lot of this is it's just relatable comedy about a shitty situation. That's this movie. It's just relatable comedy in a shitty situation. A shitty situation. And, I thought this was absolutely hilarious.
Well, in a good way, I want to say, because I know this. Before I get, I'm just gonna say this. Movie,
comedy.
This movie was well made. It was very funny. It was well shot. Not in a bad way, I'm going to say this, but this movie was pissing me off.
Go for it. Explain.
Oh yeah, it was mostly the characters and what every character does besides the central straight character just pissed me off, and there was like a lack of karma.
Yes.
Between some of those characters.
No, that's
fuck.
But that's the relatable. That's why I think these movies are so relatable, because that's always the case. It's just real, right? Like, I mean, we know the person that's never going to adapt to the situation, and you're still gonna hope that they get better, but they're not.
Yeah, they're just kind of like
they're not.
That's why I like escapism. I just want karma to happen. I want everyone to do bad and just get beat up. I hate seeing like the relatable parts of like the worst parts of my life.
And the people
because I know because like each type of character in this movie, I know these type of people. I've met these type of people. I've been like through situations where I'm with we've both been with a dude who just keeps making things worse.
Either that or just
they don't feel like they're at fault for it.
Well, I mean, and you remember in school, like just the chicks that make things worse.
Yes.
Just because.
And they don't feel they're at fault for it.
No. And that's why I think this is so. That's why you can laugh at it, and that's why the theater was erupting as well, because it's like, man, like that's just how people are. That's just how the fuck people are. Like, it sucks.
Well, because it's not. What I'm saying is not against the movie. It's just like it was like.
But it pulls you in. It pulls you into the reality of the situation. Like, the reality of what's around you, and that's why I think this is great. That's why again I want more of these movies to get out there, because again, this this is hilarious. It's hilarious, but it's like, but it also, but you're rooting for them, and you're watching the ticking clock, and at a certain point the ticking clock doesn't even matter, and it's like it's it
extends,
but it also gets like there's severely relatable moments where it's like you're in a situation where you need money now situation. We've all seen the loan people that are absolute shithole. These are absolutely shitty loan places, right? We've seen, we've been to the places where you get the coupon, or sometimes they won't, and it won't be open for you to even use the coupon. Now, surprisingly, they actually let you use the drive-thru.
Well, I like this movie's also like funny because also it's not realistic where it doesn't need to be, and like for the sake of the humor. Like, there's sometimes where it's just, like, very cartoony.
Yeah.
Like
the shoes. The shoes. She does the shoes.
She gets electrocuted and she just falls down.
Yeah.
Or the fucking blood. Because
oh my god,
has that much blood in them.
Yeah.
Gets that much blood sucked from them and, like, lives.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah.
I love the fucking, the ex-stripper who works at the blood bank.
That was great, yeah.
Someone works at the blood, like, no, they don't work like that. This is so stupid.
You want some more? You go ahead and do some more. Yeah, that was stupid.
Do it. I try not to do it.
Yeah, and then but again,
I love the guy who just keep swiping the fucking food from the
guy. Yeah, the guy that just keeps
Church's
the hoodie that steals the food. Yeah, over and over. Then gets run over. That was great. It's one of those. This is a movie that legitimately reminds me. It's in many ways it is just using that structure of Friday. Which, have you seen Friday?
I vaguely remember from. I know my sisters. Well, I think I watched it with my sisters years ago. But it's one of those movies I vaguely remember. But I know I watched it.
It is using the structure of Friday, very much so, but it's doing it in its own way, because there is even in Friday, by the end of the movie, you got to get something done. Something has to be done by a set time. This is pretty much following that. It's following it, but it's not.
Are all the Friday movies good? I know there's 3 of them.
I think Friday and Friday After Next are quite different, but I think they're both funny. I have not seen the third one, Last Friday or whatever the fuck that's called.
Oh yeah. I was just making sure there's not any stinkers.
Yeah, I would say the first two are worth seeing, because you also get the difference. It uses the second movie uses the fact that they're out in the suburbs. They made money now, or they go out to the suburbs and they have how does the hood black guy that goes to the suburbs act now that he's got money, and it uses that as a platform.
That reminds me. I love when the white lady comes in.
Yeah, so that's like you're using just again. There's humor in reality. They're using the humor of the real situation.
Yes.
Where the apartments on the picture aren't going to look as accurate as they do when you get to the real one. You're going to get this situation where in certain groups are going to come in, they're going to try and gentrify it, they're going to make it look better for that group.
I love they gave the not neighborhood, the apartment area a lot of character in the beginning.
Yes.
You get to see you get to meet the entire community in the beginning. Like the movie really does a good job in terms of character.
Absolutely.
Like these are a lot of these characters are very kind of minor characters to the story, but you get to know them and very well.
And it comes back full circle when you get to the end and they need to really set up the stuff because it's like you know how bad structurally the area is, how he's treating everyone in the area in that apartment set. The landlord is treating everyone in the apartment. It all kind of comes full circle when you get to the end of it, and you're at that ticking clock point. And how does he treat everyone? And how is all that happening? This is again this is funny as fuck. This is funny as fuck. It's honest. It's it's.
I had my doubts when I saw the trailer.
But it's like we said with the Wild Robot, where it's just honest about the setting that it's in. It's honest about it, but it's funny as well. And when you get that honest energy, and you're not overselling it, you're not underselling. It's just you're tapping into it truly. It's not bullshit. And then you've got the interview thing. I think is the most critical thing where. It's like you just really want to shine. You want to be able to shine in that moment. Everything's going left. She gets there, and even when she gets there, does a good interview, and things are about to go great. Even then, shit goes left. There's a fight that fucks everything up, and is so attached to that hood culture energy, and it's like it feels like damn, that's the end of. You're not gonna fucking get a fucking a raise out of that now.
Yeah, I had my doubts about this when I saw the trailer because I'm trained to for shotgun comedies that are that have hood culture or have very humor centered around black people stereotypes.
Yeah,
they're often more missed and hit.
Yes.
Way often missed and hit, and
I will say that probably is why, because it did get degraded. I said why hasn't it come back? That is one of the big factors. Is a lot of this genre did get degraded. You had a lot of just garbage comedies that came around and would just degrade it horribly to the point of not being funny, being a waste of money, being bombs financially because you're not putting anything into it.
Yeah, it's just because it's just white people be like, black people be like. This movie does that, but the jokes are nuanced and are actually funny.
Yes. That is where it matters.
And most importantly, it has character.
Yes.
It's if you get used to the character, you can make a lame joke, but it'll be funny because the character, you're laughing with the character.
That's it. And that's why again, like you said, establishing that setting, and then establishing the situation, and then it's that's what they did at first. They established the setting, they established the situation, and then they pressed play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was a great place to start. Is you just do a little bit of, we have time.
And a lot of black comedies is also just reference humor. Is it weird that it's just like this? Is it weird that it's just like this IP that exists? Is it weird that how in movies, they do this and we're doing that thing what we're making fun of?
There was some haunted movie with some black actor. This was 10 years ago or so.
No! Fuck, I forgot that.
And it was you remember it, but the trailer was so bad and the humor was awful, and it was what the fuck is this? This is terrible. You guys didn't even try to write this shit. And it's this is comedy. This is comedy. This is great. But again, I hope that we get more of this. I hope that this sprouts more. Because you can, maximize here. So, yeah.
The blackening.
Yeah.
I was looking for the blackening. That's
I'm glad we both remember. It's like
I think that got decent scores though, but I like the joke and trailer were bad, so I never looked at it.
It's
just decent scores.
You felt off the humor that it was going to be mid.
Like I'm gonna be honest, I would have skipped this if like the scores for this one wasn't good when I looked it up. But the scores for this one are pretty good. It's getting good word. The movie getting good word of mouth.
It was Discount Tuesday. I was like, fuck it, I'm seeing this movie. Plus, it's a packed theater. I get to feel like I was ordering the tickets and I saw it was like packed. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get theater energy. So I was like, oh,
I wish I went to your showing.
Go to Discount Tuesdays. Then you're gonna, you'll see Discount Tuesday. You'll.
I have a membership. I don't need fucking discount days.
I know you don't, but I'm saying I think doesn't AMC have Discount Tuesdays for regular people? Isn't that on Tuesday?
Well, yeah. It's for all most theater chains have just like our discount on Tuesdays.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do you notice that there's more that are more? Well, then again, AMC's fucking tickets are expensive either way. They don't fucking really reduce that shit.
Well, I only pay for them in bulk.
Yeah, they don't really care.
I only buy them in bulk.
By the way, last thing I want to say is Sony.
This is a Sony movie?
Sony. Can you give TriStar, can you give them something valuable? Like, Columbia gets everything. They get everything. Here, the last significant movie that TriStar had was Baby Driver.
I need to see that. I keep hearing so many good things about it.
But you know how many years ago that was? That was a long time ago. That's not, recent.
Also, I'm also kicking myself for missing that in the theater, but I keep hearing that, has good sound design as well.
It's great. But that's how long ago it's been since they've had a significant thing in their lineup.
I'm sorry to keep going off the subject, but you saw it already?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's great.
Yeah, it's got Kevin Spacey in it.
On my list.
But also, by the way, I looked at their lineup. There's nothing interesting. There's no properties that are well known and recognizable that are upcoming in TriStar's lineup either. So you guys could balance this out a bit more. It's so weird. It's what the fuck? You've got a whole big. TriStar's a memorable organization, but Columbia gets all the love, and you just don't.
Now these Spider-Man and Ghostbusters movies ain't gonna make themselves, so.
So you just keep them over at Columbia. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. One of them days.